Fish on. G'day everyone, Bushman Mick here. I've been living out of a four-wheel drive since 2018, exploring all of this country, discovering bush tucker, learning about the land, and catching lots and lots of fish. Stay tuned for your weekly dose of living. Oh, what have we got here, guys? We found something. Now, growing in the sand dunes on top of this tree, we've got a very inconspicuous looking plant. It's very interesting. It doesn't have leaves. It's kind of just like spaghetti growing all over this tree. The special thing about this plant is it's very helpful for me right now. Doing all the fishing that I'm doing, living out here in the bush, I'm constantly cutting up my hands. I've always got sores from handling fish and hooks and getting spiked by fish and so on. This interesting looking shrub here is actually called the caustic bush. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm just going to break off a little bit. And as you can see right there, at the very end, there's a little bit of white sap. And it's coming out of there. It's about a drip. There's a recent little cut there from a recent fish I caught. And I'm just going to literally put that white sap on to my saw and just allow it to dry out. It'll go clear and not only help it heal with all the antibacterial properties in this, but it'll also form a clear skin on there, similar to super glue. It'll just dry out and help. I'm going to do it on my saws at the moment. Effectively working just as good as any medicine or any ointment that you'd buy in a pharmacy. Don't forget, all the pharmaceuticals that we have all are derived from plants and other natural resources. Thank you very much. Yeehaw. Guys, also want to add, whenever I come across white sap out of any plant, I'll always avoid it. Unless I really know what it is, I won't even touch it, because not only can it be toxic, but you can also suffer skin reactions. Never experiment with plants unless you fully know what you're doing. I just love exploring so much. It's just something about going to new places, finding new trees, new locations. I just get so excited. Oh wow, there's another bush tucker here, but it's not ready yet. What do we got now, Mick? All right, the bush apples aren't ready, unfortunately, because they're delicious. They're starting to grow. I can see some little white fruits there, but they're totally not ready. Oh yep, we've got some peanuts. I'll be grabbing some of these. I've actually spoken about these in one of my recent videos. Little native bush peanuts. Love them. Just gotta break the skin, eat them, and then you spit out the shells. You don't want to eat the shells. I've been finding a heap of these lately. They're in season. They're very, very prolific up here in the top end this time of year. I don't mind them. They're pretty good, you know, pretty good for something you can just pick. Now, the seed pods start off green and they're closed. And then once they're ready, they open up and they turn red and then brownish kind of color. Fruit peanuts. Peanuts everywhere. I usually just snack on these during the day while I'm out fishing. I'll just have a whole lot in my pocket and they'll just keep me going throughout the day. What we got here? Oh yeah, some pandanus. I don't see any fruit on them, they're not ready yet. Definitely do pandanus one day. So when I first left this suburban life, the dream was to live as natural and reconnect with nature as much as possible. So it started off by basically, as you can imagine, just selling everything and packing everything into the van, which at the time was a Mitsubishi Delica like this one, but a little bit shorter. Only thing is, there was two of us. So we had a very, let's say, tough time fitting everything in. So the idea was to simplify my life as much as possible and really weed out the things that weren't serving us. And after some short time on the road, I realized that a lot of the things that I had, I just didn't really need. And not only did I not need them, but not having them was actually a lot better for me. Not only for storage purposes, but also for my health. Just looking at bathroom and toiletries alone, there were so many things that I used in my old life that I didn't need, and I was better off getting rid of them, like all the deodorants, perfumes, even shaving creams. I realized on the road I could just literally buy one bottle of like an organic hemp soap, and not only did that serve as a soap, but I could also use it to shave my head, shave my face, and so on. And the longer I'm on this journey and the closer I come to living a fully 100% natural life, maybe one day when I'm old and got a big beard, I might just be living literally on the land without gypsy van, without any of the tools and the mechanical things. Who knows? It's just a journey within itself. Getting hungry, I think it's time. Do a little bit of lunch. I love coconuts so much. In fact, the other day I was chatting to my mate and he's like, mate, you're eating so many coconuts, you're gonna turn into one soon. I think he's right. Here we go. Okay, so coconut meat. This stuff is still a little bit soft, kind of rubbery. I'm just gonna give it a slice. We're gonna get it all out of there. Step one, remove the coconut meat. Now I find that I can just get a spoon and pretty much just pry it all out like that. It's pretty easy to do. I'll just chuck some coconut oil on there. Now, I call this coconut bacon. Get it brown on both sides. Give it a good sizzle. All right, that's nice and brown. Give it a bit of salt. And just like that, we've got coconut bacon. Ready to go. It surprisingly tastes a little bit like bacon. And in one of my next episodes, I'm going to show you guys how I make my very own coconut oil. And back to what I was saying earlier, until the day actually comes when I go fully natural and ditch gypsy van, I'm going to have to keep maintaining this beast. Because I come from a land down under. Da, 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 da. All right, let's do a little bit of quick maintenance. Been going through a lot of dusty roads lately. Give this thing a bit of a clean. I do have one of the fanciest air compressors on the market. I've got an ARB compressor hooked up to this bad boy of a hose. Oh, Gary, look at all that dust. Give it a bit of a bang on there. Not too hard because you can bend these things. Easy bit of maintenance and it saves me quite a bit of money. These things, they're not really cheap. And so if I just keep cleaning it, I can just keep reusing it. And while me, I may as well just give the intercooler a bit of a blowout as well. I've also got this beautiful aluminium radiator by PWR. Driving on soft sand dunes, the Mitsubishi Delicas, just like any vehicle, they can overheat because they're working their hardest. It's in four-wheel drive. I've been driving it in low range. I find that it is so important having a Delica to really keep an eye on your engine temperatures. In fact, every time I go on sand dunes, I'm constantly watching my temperature gauge and making sure that my coolant is at below 100 degrees. If it goes up to 110, then I'll either stop and let it cool down or even put my tire pressures down lower. Tire pressures are so important, not just for getting bogged, but for making sure that you're not overheating your engine by overworking it. I love coconuts. You can never have too many coconuts, especially when you're out here in the heat all day long, every day. You've got to stay hydrated. You may notice I don't really wear clothes a lot of the time because I've adapted. I've slowly over the years built up my tolerance to the sun and my body absolutely loves it now. Don't forget, long time ago when people lived all around the world under the sun, they never had sunscreens, they never had glasses. I don't really wear sunglasses anymore. I've got them there just in case I'm driving and it's like for safety. But honestly, most of the time, sometimes I just wear a hat if I feel like my head needs a little bit of protection. But it hasn't affected me for some reason. Hasn't affected my skin, hasn't made me look older. Most people think I'm about 5 years younger than what I am. Here we go, try and guess my age. Put it in the comments. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out there and get baked in the sun and get burnt. Definitely not. I'm just speaking from my own experience. I think everyone's different. We all have different color skins with different backgrounds. And you know, the sun, if you get burnt, can obviously very much damage you. At the same time, when I left the suburban life many years ago, I said, I'm gonna clear my slate here and have an open mind. I like this. It should do the job. I'm a big fan of this little, tiny little Makita chainsaw, electric. All my tools are Makita. So it just made sense, you know, same batteries and all that. Just need a bit of firewood down there and that's it. The day's getting on and we still haven't explored the beach yet. Really gotta do a bit of fishing and catch something to eat for tonight. And get some firewood and we'll head down towards the beach. Sweet. Let's go grab that firewood that I left over there. Yeehaw, here we go, back on the track. Part of my life philosophy is to have good energy, to feel good, and to be able to, for me to be able to function optimally and do things in life that I need to do, including doing these videos and living on the road and all the rest. I must eat really good food. Must have quality protein. Another part of my philosophy is about discipline. Now, there's all different types of disciplines and the D word gets used all the time about this and that, but I think that probably the number one discipline that humans should have is discipline around what goes in their mouths, what food you eat, what beverages you drink. Because if you're not feeling good, if you're not happy and feeling amazing, then how are you supposed to function and do the things in life that you're meant to do? You know what I mean? So, long story short, we're going to catch a fish so that I can feel really good, really healthy, really strong, and able to not only survive out here, but thrive and get the job done. Let's go. Oh my God, I can't believe how pristine the ocean is right now. It's basically flat, conditions perfect. Oh wow. Looks like we've got a whole lot of shallow reef here. All right, let's pack a little bag. All right, a few lures, one backpack, one rod. Got some water with me, coconut, some peanuts in my pocket. Nice. Come on, Gary. Doesn't seem to be any action in the water right now. Tide's pretty low. I'm going to come back in about an hour just before sunset, and hopefully there's some bait around getting chased by queenies and that. Hopefully we'll grab something. I'm pretty confident that we will. The conditions here are really good. There's plenty of reef. There's just not enough action at the moment. No bust ups is what I'm looking for. We need the bust ups. Couldn't help myself. These guys are really easy to handle. They're not aggressive at all. I've never had a tree snake even try and bite me before. They're just awesome to handle. This one's really small. I did have to rescue one from underneath our truck years and years ago, and it was really big. This thing was like 2.5, 3 meters long, and it took me hours to get it out because it went in the engine bay and it went underneath and got caught up in all the mechanics. Oh, and Olivia, if you're watching, if you want to get a snake, this is the type of snake you want to get. This is Olivia, my niece. She loves snakes and she wants to get one as a pet. These guys are awesome. There's a fly on your head, mate. Yeah, I got a snake on me. Go on, get out of here. See you, mate. Thanks for that. That's enough mucking around with snakes. We got to get back down the beach. Give me a sunset fish. Fish on, Gary, yep. Feels like a queenie. It's exactly what I want. Come on, queenie. Yep. Oh, good fish. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on. Oh. Come on. Oh. Whatever it is. Yep. Trevally or queenie. Whoa. Almost in. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got some power, this fish. Oh. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I've got a trevally. Yes. Oh, what a good fish. Pliers. Here's someone prepared earlier. I know you don't have to worry about size limit on these guys. For me, this is what it's all about. Traveling around Australia, going to amazing locations, spending all my time in the wilderness. And then after a great day doing all the stuff I did, I've got a fresh feed of trevally. You know, this is really good protein for me. Saves me a lot of money eating fresh from the ocean, from the rivers. Meat costs a lot of money these days, and especially fish. And you know, I'm not even near supermarkets a lot of the time. So it means that I can stay here longer, keep exploring, keep doing the things that I love doing. Sometimes I catch easy, sometimes I don't. Today, it was easy. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a whole lot of different things. Probably energy. Yeah, wow. 55 centimeters, this bad boy. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna get some nice fillets off that. All right, fillet in half. Right, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to give you just a quick rundown of the basics of filleting fish. Basically, 99% of fish, you're going to run the knife just a tiny bit at the end along the spine on one side, right? Just a little bit, like that. You can do this with most fish. All right. All the way to the end. The skin's just been pierced, that's it. And then at the very end here, you can even put the knife all the way through and cut it off at the tail. Now, step 2. You're gonna open up with your finger, anywhere really. I like to start about the middle, and then angle the knife downwards into the spine and start cutting the meat off the spine. Look at that, just like so. You can peel it back with one finger. I like to use my index there, my thumb there. Listen, there's going to be better videos on the internet of how to fillet a fish, but a few people have been asking me lately, so I thought, why not? I might as well just give you a very quick rundown of how I fillet my fish. I'm by no means the best at filleting fish. I get the job done, you know. I'm self-taught. Boom, 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 and you're going to eventually, once you do that, you're going to find the spine running down there. You want to also cut around this area here. Listen, every fish is different. These trevallies and queenies are pretty similar. They kind of have a bit of meat coming over their head and into there. But you just kind of find the hard bits and get your knife, you know, and cut around the hard bits, like so for this one. Yeah, it's funny how they got a bit of meat on their head there. And then you can run the knife around like that. Oh geez, we're running out of light. And then I like to go down the end here and start doing the bottom part, like so. And then find the rib cage. And then here, I want to actually cut this off now to make it easier. Cool. Peel that back. Now rib cage will be along here somewhere. And I'm peeling it back and then running my knife along the rib cage just to cut it and leave the bones out. I want a boneless fillet, that's the idea. Once the bottom bit's done, cut that off. You're basically just using all the bones as a guide for your knife. It's really important to have a sharp knife. If your knife isn't sharp, it's going to be really hard to do. Right, here, cut that off. There's always going to be a bit of meat left there on the rib cage. That's the fish wings. You can always keep those as well. I do that with a lot of my fish. Haha, there we go. One trevally fillet on the beach at sunset, ready to go in the fridge. Alright, so the trevally have a few lateral bones in there, so I've just cleaned them out and cut up this one fillet into 4 so they can cook a little bit quicker. I'll just coat it in a bit of buckwheat flour. That's what I like to do now and then. If I've got it, I've got it. If I don't, it's all good, just do it natural. Coconut oil, heat it up to 100 degrees. 100 degrees, stainless steel pan, and I'm gonna have some rice as well. And we're gonna have trevally and rice for dinner. All right, pan's nice and hot. Get these bad boys on. I won't use any cheap flour though, I only use like the good stuff. This is buckwheat flour. Beautiful, my fire's going so good. They'll keep a lot of mosquitoes away. All right, just flipped them over. Looking very, very good, Gary. Very good. All right, a little bit of butter in the rice. As you can imagine, my life is very simple, and a luxury for someone living a normal life in the city may be something like, I don't know, chocolate, lollies, cake. For me, a luxury is butter. I buy it whenever I can. It's one of my staples, but it is definitely a luxury. I love my butter. I try and get the good stuff. Bit of salt in there, mix it all together. Looking good. Ding. Take it out inside for a bit before I go sit in front of the fire and celebrate, because today was full moon, which means it was a nice big tide, which probably helped me to catch this fish, being such a big tide. So I really appreciate full moons, new moons. I prefer new moon, to be honest with you. I find I catch probably a little bit more fish on the new moon. I very much follow the moon cycles because it's imperative when it comes to tides, fishing, flight times and so on. Very simple, but for me, being a bushman, living out here on very little luxuries, this is great. This is all I need. As long as I'm eating good, moving my body a lot. I do a little bit of training out here. I do a lot of exercise just in my daily life, as you can see, walking and carrying things and chopping coconuts and all the rest of it. So important just to keep moving and keep fit and keep healthy and stay young. It's not full moon unless I get this bad boy out and light it up. First, I have that quick chat with yous. So I want to thank everyone for watching today. If you're new to the channel and you love my content, you love my vibe, make sure you like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. Give us a comment. I'm still doing my coaching, so if you wanna be fit, if you wanna be elite, if you wanna follow my footsteps in any way at all, doesn't just mean living on the road, being bushman and trying to survive out here on fishing coconuts, but even to do with health, fitness, well-being. I do coaching. Contact me, Instagram at Bushmanmick. I'm taking my email address off. You can always leave your email address in the comments if you like, and I can contact you. Otherwise, like I said, Instagram, I'm on there now and then. I get around to all the messages when I get reception, which might be usually on the weekends now and then. Now that I have to upload these videos, I'm always in search for internet. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned if you want to see me spin this fire stick. Hopefully I won't set myself on fire and burn all my hair off. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm still making fire staves, high-end carbon fibre, best in Australia, highest performing spinning staves, possibly best in the world. I've got one for sale right here. It's brand new, never been used, exactly to the same specifications as what I'm spinning with. Big wicks, really lightweight handle and tube. And then it's got the best quality. I use the best quality Puro Kevlar, which is woven over in Italy. You can't beat that. They're not cheap, but if you need one, if you want one, if you want to spin as fast and as entertaining as what I do, hit me up Instagram as well.